All right, let's see. One of the microphones might not work.
It's true. We're gonna test it.
And it's not mine.
No.
It could be yours this week.
But hey, it could work well.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of 2 Gay Mats. It's Matt Steele.
It's Matt Palmer.
And so we have another patron requested video. This one came to us a little while ago from Swikar. And Swikar wanted us to review Janet Jackson's 5th album? If we're counting all of them.
If we're counting those first two, which, you know, if you're a real Janet fan, we don't really count.
Okay. It's her album that came out in 1993 called Janet, period.
Lowercase.
Lowercase. No Jackson involved.
No.
I heard she had it Janet, period, because she was like, people are criticizing me because they think I'm only famous because of Michael. So I'm not attaching myself to him. I'm not famous because I'm a Jackson. I'm famous because I'm Janet, period.
And you've seen that full poster, I assume.
Oh, yes, with the hands over the boobies.
I mean, that's a classic picture.
Yes.
Everything about this era is so brilliant. I feel like the 4 middle albums, which I talk about a lot, The Control, Rhythm Nation, Janet, and Velvet Rope, are just perfect eras. Such incredible single choices and so many singles.
Oh, yes.
There's just a plethora of singles, and I feel like her moving into her sexuality with Janet after the Love Will Never Do video where she kind of was like, oh, I'm hot, surprise. I feel like this is the continuation of that, and it was so brilliant. And also, like, not for nothing, I don't know if anyone has been this beautiful as Janet Jackson was during this era. Like, if you watch the That's the Way Love Goes videos, you want this again. Anytime, any place, you're just like, she's flawless.
Okay.
Without a flaw.
I agree with that.
Stunningly
I think she's gorgeous. The most beautiful, I don't know.
I think the most.
But I don't know all the women in the world. So I think
I
think there's a solid argument for that.
I think it's true.
I can't disagree with that.
This album is long.
This album is 5 hours long.
It's not.
It is so, okay, here's the thing is, every other song, except for like one sequence where it's like 2 actual songs in a row, every other song has an interlude that is hilarious and brilliant, and what's to comment on, they're all classics.
And it's like what Janet was doing on Rhythm Nation as well. It's a similar kind of, there are 25 tracks but only like 13 songs.
Yes, so this has like what, 16 songs on it or whatever, but all of them are like 5 minutes, so it's a lot. It's a long listen, but the thing she does with some of these songs, it's just like, oh no, this should be 5 minutes, because we're going through opera, we're going through like musical sequences that like you just need the time. All of them have very long intros. It's all needed.
And one thing I really love about this album is like, I felt like there was some of this on Rhythm Nation, but I feel like the variety of genres that we're touching on from song to song is really wide here. I feel like we're getting a lot of different sounds from Janet, and I really appreciate it. So, I mean, obviously at the core, we're doing like slow jam R&B, it's 1993, Janet's feeling sexy, taking off some clothes, but I feel like we touched on a lot of different things, a lot of different genres, and I'm excited to walk through that.
Yes, and even when the genres are big and loud or soft, quiet, and sensual, all of it is whispered. That is what I find so amazing.
I literally was thinking, like, for Janet, she's almost belting. On like some of these tracks, I'm like, yes, sing.
Yes, you better somewhat project.
I'm telling you, compared to where she gets to in her whisper, this is belting. We begin with The Morning.
The Morning.
Interlude. And then we go into, I think, of every song we've ever talked about, the song you are most wrong about.
All right.
That's The Way Love Goes is a flaw-free piece of music, and Matt still doesn't like it.
I don't not like it. All I'm saying is I know it is one of her biggest hits.
Yes.
And I don't necessarily know why. Like, I enjoy it when I listen to it. I'm like, yeah, it's got a good groove, and I love how the chorus is literally just like, that's the way love goes, over and over again.
Yes.
Like, that's interesting. The production's really cool. She sounds lovely on it. It's a nice opener, but it's not one of my favorite Janet songs by a mile.
This song is literally a classic piece of music. Without this song, you would not have Got Till It's Gone. I feel like that is an incredible song, but you have to be here. This is like how Mariah had to do Dream Lover to do Fantasy. You had to do That's the Way Love Goes to do Got Till It's Gone. Like, That's the Way Love Goes is the vibiest song Janet has done at this point, and it's all sex. It's all just oozing like cool, casual, I'm in a house party hanging out with J-Lo like she was in the video. It's interesting, it's groundbreaking, it's that Lady Gaga fucking meme of her being like, throw it up, spit it out. I feel like I heard heard this song every 5 minutes on R&B radio at the time, and I was like, I need more.
It's so simple,
Yes.
which I think is lovely. Like, I love a simple song. There are other like relatively simple songs on this album that I would compare it to.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily think. Okay, maybe it is the best one out of all of them. Okay, all right.
It sets the mood. There's not a better mood-setting song, and for an album like Janet that has sexuality up front, you gotta set the mood.
Okay.
You gotta light some candles. That's what
right.
she says.
All right.
All right.
I'll give you this.
As a child, I was a big "You Want This" fan.
I like You Want This a lot.
lovely.
I think it's very fun. The chorus,
Yeah.
listening to it, are the Spice Girls sampling her? If you want my future, forget my past. Were they referencing Janet in that first verse of Wannabe? I don't know, because that is the first line of the chorus, and it's a pretty similar melody. I don't know. That's immediately what I heard. And I could kind of sing the verses of Wannabe to the chorus of this.
Interesting.
A little bit.
I never thought of them in the same breath, so I'll have to go back and listen, but I love You Want This. I feel like it deserved more. It was a single, it got a video. It should have been a bigger hit.
Okay.
I thought of the singles, this was one of my favorite up-tempo ones. I think it's interesting, I think it's catchy and like kind of like flirty in a way. I love it. I just think it fires on all cylinders and deserved more than it got.
It's very cute, it's very fun.
Yes.
I enjoy it a lot. I think it's a good progression from the easiness of That's the Way Love Goes into
If I Was Your Girl, the things I do to you.
So, I think this is Janet Jackson's best song.
I mean, it's a classic.
I like out of everything. The Velvet Rope is my favorite Janet Jackson album, but If is Janet Jackson's best song, in my opinion.
The speed sung verses.
I don't know what she's saying, but I love it.
The pre-choruses are so like emphatic and gorgeous, and just like, I lay in bed at night over you. Day and night, night and day. All I gotta say is, I'm telling you, one of my earliest memories is being in right field and playing baseball and like not wanting the ball to come to me and just singing If I Was Your Girl, the things I do to you, to myself as an 8-year-old, and I feel that way still.
And did that ball come to you?
I don't even remember. All I remember is that song in the outfield, and I was like, yes, this is music.
If there is a song to sing in an outfield, it is If I Was Your Girl. I love how it feels so angry, but like sexy, and it's just all of Janet. It's all of the emotions. You can't help but dance to it.
It has like a rocky element to it. I feel like it coming off of like Black Cat, which was a surprise hit on Rhythm Nation. She kind of has infiltrated into the sexy vibe on If. I feel like she's again playing with so many genres that she's adept and want to do on this album. Every next section of this song is more exciting than the last. And I just love how it builds on itself. The tension, the sexuality, the passion. Glorious. And just like, what a line. If I was your girl, the things I do to you, but I'm not, so I can't, then I won't. But if I was your girl.
And I love how the song just ends with, but I'm not. This time I think it's fun.
It's fun. It's
opera. Like, we are doing wild, crazy things. There's like a whole section in this song where it's just like, oh.
Yeah, she's going there. Patricia Carey did a beautiful job. It's not really her. But
if it was,
you believe me. This time I think is good. I think it's a little bit of a like, not as good as what we've been hearing. Because I mean, we did start with 3 fantastic pieces of music. It's good.
Since she wanted to separate herself from Michael, this to me feels like the most Michael-y song.
I believe that. I agree with that.
Yeah, but those songs are great. So I enjoy this. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Throb is so fucking hilarious. I love every second of it. I love that it's just boom, boom, boom until it's like not a song. It is literally a full-length interlude in which she just is moaning and groaning. I love that she performed this on SNL. Like she did, like I think she might have done If or That's the Way Love Goes, and the second song was Throb. It's literally just all our dancers dancing in a circle, and it's brilliant. It's just like, this is what I assume clubs were like in the early 90s. It's just a bunch of people that have, are about to or have just had sex, dancing together, boom, 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 until noon, noon, noon. Classic.
Give it the Pulitzer.
Honestly.
Those are literally the only lyrics.
Honestly.
And those are the only lyrics
Damn, baby. Damn, baby.
Amazing, amazing.
I love every second.
And this is the only moment where there's not an interlude. From Throb.
I mean, it's Throb, not an interlude.
But then it goes into a completely different feel. So it's a very interesting transition into What'll I Do?
Yes.
I love this
It's
song.
cute, right?
This song is so cute.
You hear Shania Twain.
Yes, it's suddenly the album's gone country.
Yes, it's a country pop.
It's like okay, well, ye fucking ha, ladies and gentlemen. This song is adorable.
It's adorable.
Yes.
And it's so singable. Like, this is one of a couple of songs that aren't singles that just, like, randomly get stuck in my head every time. Like, from time to time. I love What'll I Do. I love that it just starts with, What'll I Do? I love every second of it. It's a joy.
I expect her to start yodeling.
I know. It could happen.
Quietly, not on the voice. On the breath.
On
But
the breath. Funky big band.
Funky big band. Is there a reason why nothing rhymes?
I never noticed that nothing rhymed.
Okay.
So I don't know. I am not a person for scatting. So there's a lot of moments of like, sweet but I'm like, okay. But I mean, it's cute. I like the vocal arrangement of her as the brass instruments, you know, with the scatting in the background, especially in the second verse. And then it's also long because they're like, well, those backgrounds were difficult. Let's make sure everyone hears them. And so they get turned up in the outro. It's not one of my favorites, but I think it's good. It's fun. It's like a different color on her.
Yeah, it's nice. I did not dislike it.
Yeah.
Racism. It's an interlude, but I just want to say racism.
New Agenda, I love that, you know, in a post-Rhythm Nation era, she's like, we're not getting completely off of what's wrong with the world and our nation's ills, and you're all some racist motherfuckers. Because with my gender, I've been told no too many times. Then because of my race, I've been told no too many times. It feels like there should have been a remix that featured like Queen Latifah at the time. Like, I feel like that kind of vibe would be perfect for a 1993 Queen Latifah to be on. I think it's singable. It is, you know, impactful. The message sadly still holds up today. I like New Agenda. I think it works.
I like New Agenda as well.
Yeah. Because of love, I know you better. Because of love, we are together. Do you remember Because of Love?
No.
Because of love, I know you better. Because of love, we are together.
Sounds cute when you sing it.
It's very cute. It's lyrically a little light, but melodically gorgeous.
Because of love. Okay, I know.
Yes.
It's coming back to me in my listen. Sorry guys, it's a long album.
As a child, I was very into it. It was very much a song I liked. Ray at the time was taking this kind of like candy pop and making it a big hit, so I think it makes sense that it was a single. I think it also could have done a little better. I think it's one of the catchier moments of the album.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I would call it one of the catchier moments on the album because I didn't remember after listening to this album just a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
But I vaguely remember it and I don't remember disliking it.
Okay. It's a good song and deserves more than what Matt Steele has just given.
Okay.
Again
is very sweet.
Lovely.
And cute.
Wasn't this nominated for
an Oscar?
I
believe so, yes.
Because it was also featured in Poetic Justice with her movie with Tupac.
Yes.
I love Again.
I think Again is lovely.
I think it was a #1.
This song very much feels like the somewhat sappy, sentimental ballad on a very sexy album, but still, I think it's lovely enough to work.
And I love where the melody takes you. I feel like it's a little more surprising than a Paint by Numbers ballad. I feel like this was the prequel to Every Time.
Yes.
And I feel like they both have similar vibes, and I love them both. Where are you now? Now that this is the other song that gets stuck in my head randomly.
Really?
It is singable. It is sweet. It is a little saccharine, but I don't mind it.
This is the part of the album where things start to blend together a little bit to me, because things start getting like very sweet and easy, and that's hard to come down to like after you hear an If, you know?
There's not even that many songs left.
No, but it's just like 3 in a row.
I love this. I think it's sweet. It's singable. It's like a little plotting and a little like, I get why it wasn't a single, but I think it's very sweet and works.
Sure.
The song that is not for me is The Body That Loves You.
That's not for me.
That one's like are we in, I just don't know what we're doing. Are we calypso? Are we doing like a salsa dance? It's like a very sexy but Spanish inspired, but also kind of like slow, and I don't know.
It's a nice relaxing moment on the beach. I guess it's nice, but like, does it need to be 5 minutes long? It goes on quite a bit. And it's kind of like, all right, I get it. We can move on.
And like the verse and the chorus aren't like different enough from each other to keep you excited for 5 minutes. This is the song that if I were to take one off, I would take off.
Okay, yes, I definitely agree with that. I think it's the song that I enjoyed the least out of it.
I would argue that Anytime, Anyplace is the best sex song of all time. It is truly perfect. It walks the line between classy and trashy, right where it should. Her skirt's around her waist and the wall's against my face, but she sings it so softly and coos it. Walls against my face. I can feel her lips. And it's like, I'm not gonna stop just because people coming by and watching us. Like, I don't give a damn. Like a classic piece of music that has like never been approved upon, even by her. She has a lot, like a sex jam on every album since. This is the like. Sometimes you just get it right the first time.
There's nothing more visceral than just I want you now.
Yes, I want
you now.
Now.
This is just 7 minutes of I want to have sex with you in public.
Exactly.
And it's like, sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's saying no to Janet Jackson in 1993? I don't think anybody.
Yeah, I agree. She's the most gorgeous woman in the world.
It's true.
It's so good.
There's never been a better.
It's so
sex.
long.
It's long.
It's so long and epic that you need two concluding interludes / endings to round it out at the end, because it's just like we need a cool down after this.
It earns all 7 minutes in heaven, darling. That's how I would describe it.
It really fucking is. And then the regular album version, I guess, like ended with these two little interludes being like, ooh, well, that was nice. Like a little something like that and everything.
But at the end, on the bonus track, she just wants to have some fun in the sun with her friends.
The fact that Janet, the album, Janet period, concludes the album from going from a 7-minute sex song about fucking in public to then, whoops now,
I wanna hang in the sun with my friends.
It's just like... But it's great.
The woman has layers, people. Adorable.
It's adorable. It does not fit anywhere on the album. But you know what? Whatever.
When you can make a cute song, throw it on the album.
Throw it on
the bonus track. Come on. The Velvet Rope is clearly more consistent. Like every song in Velvet Rope is just a fucking smash. But this, the highs are so incredibly high, and I feel like the okay songs are so far beneath the incredible highs of an If, and That's the Way Love Goes, and all of that. That's the problem. It's like, I shouldn't know so clearly what the singles are, even for Janet, who has a million singles. And like, I shouldn't have been able to hear the album once and be like, oh, these are the singles, and these are not. And I feel like Rhythm Nation wasn't really like that. It only had like a dud or two. And Velvet Rope certainly wasn't like that. So that is my issue with the album. It's not, like, the highs are so high that it's like, I, of course, in no way would rather she have not made this album. But I do think that the midpoints are just lower than some of the other midpoints on her other albums put out around this time.
But like a midpoint in Janet Jackson timeline is better than...
Goes without saying. We're literally
everyone.
Just putting her up against herself, because that's the only person she should be going up against, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, Janet is like your number 2, like just a smidge below Mariah. So
I've loved Janet my entire life. I loved Janet before I loved Mariah. I found Janet, because of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson's Scream, before I found Mariah, and I got all her albums, and I love her so much, and she's made such incredible music, and the fact that it doesn't get talked about enough literally keeps me up at night sometimes. So, everyone listen to this album, listen to Rhythm Nation, listen to Velvet Rope, listen to Control, which is like B-Day of its time.
Oh, yes.
That is an album. It's so short.
Yeah, it's so short, but it's just like, here I am, and it's like, yes, there you are.
There she is.
We love Janet Jackson.
Yes, we do.
We love you.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Matt Palmer Music.
And it's Matt Steele.
And that's 2Gay Mats for both of us. Go to patreon.com/2gaymats to, become a patron, and maybe we'll, review something you request.
Years ago, since you get bonus material on our Patreon, years ago we reviewed The Velvet Rope, and that is available to watch on our Patreon. You gotta search for it, because it was a little while ago.
But you'll find it.
But it's there.
It's there. Also, we have a podcast, comes out every Monday. It's called 2Gay Mats CWO. Find it on your favorite podcatcher. We have new episodes every Monday, and I'm going to be yelling about DaBaby on this upcoming Monday, because I'm so curious.
Okay.
Oh, who are our patrons we want to shout out?
Our patrons are Richard.
Yes.
Adam Parnell.
Yes.
Montana. Jaleesa.
Yes.
And Garrett.
Yes. Thank you guys so much. We love all of you, and we love you so much for watching. We'll be back soon with more 2Gay Mats.
Bye.
Bye.